Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. What you're looking at is a 2014 Bolens with the 21-inch blade. It's got the 500E series engine, 140cc. I decided to tackle this project. I had gotten this unit a while ago. It was in my to-do pile, so I went to town on this thing. I've already done most of the work on this. Major issue with this thing was the recoil was blown apart. It had the straight pawl style recoil. I went to pull it over and I heard a bunch of grinding and it really wasn't doing much. I took the recoil assembly off and all this had been blown apart and it was all in a bunch of pieces. So I went ahead and changed the pointy style cup out with the square style cup. Because the recoil that I put on it is the springy pawl style, and you need that square style cup for this. That recoil number, part number 593959. If you happen to need to replace the recoil. There's 4 sets of tabs. I just take a screwdriver, bend these tabs back, and this whole assembly comes out. Then you fish your new recoil in, make sure your rope is facing the back of the unit. So that was the major issue on this thing. When I had the recoil off, I had kind of glanced at the safety brake linkage back here, and it had been doctored, and I thought, oh, that's something that I would do. So then I glance up here at the safety brake cable. I see a piece of tape, and that's a trademark tape that I do. I put a piece of painter's tape on it, and I put my price, so when I have 5 or 6 mowers in the front yard, I can just look at my little piece of tape and give people pricing. So you can see how faded this blue tape is. I must have sold this several years ago. So it's not often I get the units back again. I have in the past. I've recognized some units I've sold and they've shown back up again in the back of scrappers' trailers. This just happens to be one of them. Didn't realize it at the time, but it's something that I had sold. So it came in with no gas cap, no air filter or cover. So this thing was kind of in rough shape. It looks like they got some use out of it. I probably sold this for $100 or maybe $120 at the most, just because it's a standard pusher. So all this grass here was on the underside. I'll show you what the blade looked like. I went ahead and changed the blade out. The blade was kind of worn out here on the back side. So I put another copperhead blade on it, the rotary 1.5/6423, which replaces the OEM number, the MTD number 9420741. So 21-inch blade. So if it went out the door with the new blade, they got some use out of this machine. What else did I find? That was basically it. Recoil was busted, blade worn out. I did an oil change on it. And I'll give you the gas cap number. I stole a cap off of another machine. It's got the 2 tabs on the inside with the keeper tab here, which fits into the slot on the side of the tank. The cap number is 799585. So we're ready to put this thing back together. I'm going to put the recoil on, put gas in it, put the cap on the tank. I went through the carburetor on this and cleaned out the tank as well. The tank was full of water. Had a lot of water in the tank. So I buy these kits from AliExpress. They come with the new filter and the air filter cover. I get so many of these units with the covers missing. I just buy a 10-pack of these things and then I have them on hand. It takes maybe 4 weeks to get these things, which is fine. They're not terribly expensive, free shipping. Or I look for the vendors that offer free shipping. So I hope this thing starts with all the new stuff I've thrown on this Bolens. It's kind of in good shape deck-wise for a 2014. I don't see any major rust throughs, just some scuffing of the paint. No big holes in the deck. So where are we at? We're at putting the recoil on, fueling it. I had kind of noticed the engine block was painted too, and that's my signature. And I always tend to overspray here on the muffler. When I'm doing the head here on the top, I always end up overspraying on the back side of the muffler. So this is definitely was my machine at one point, and I guess it's mine again for the second time around. Okay, so that's that. That's on. That's ready to go. Let's put this tab here, the keeper tab. Now we're ready to fuel it. I went ahead and ordered some extra caps. I found a seller on Amazon. It was 2 caps for 13 bucks. So I ordered some extras. Sometimes these tabs break off and the vibration pops the cap off. It doesn't hold a good seal. So how you guys doing today? Hope you're having a good day so far. Sunny in Florida, sunshine state. It's just windy. Got a strong wind out of the south. I can smell the alcohol from Key West. Okay, that's enough fuel to get it going. So not a bad project. It just seemed to be several issues, but nothing terribly difficult to rectify. Whoever bought it from me should have brought it back, and I would have put another recoil on for them. Maybe they bought a Toro recycler. A new Turo. So the kill wire must not be attached on the linkage. It would not turn off. The brake worked, but it wasn't enough to stop the engine. The wire for the recoil isn't making a good connection. I got to pull this back off and see why it's not, the coil wire isn't rounding out. We don't have a good connection back here. So this thing needs some work, and it didn't sound like it was running too swiftly. A lot of missing. I noticed it had a gold top Champion plug on it. Maybe I'll put a standard Champion plug. I don't know if we have a plug issue or a fuel issue. I gotta investigate. So this wasn't 100% deal on this 2014 Bolens. It still needs some work, unfortunately, but I'm gonna keep after it. I'm gonna go to town right now on it again and do some snooping, do some investigating. Why this thing has a issue with the coil ground and maybe spark or carburation. I think it could be carburation. That that rough running there could be carburation. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Sometimes you win, sometimes not, but we're going to keep after it. Please tip your waitress and wait staff. Appreciate you coming out. All my new subscribers, thanks again. Have a good day. I'm going to get busy with this. Thanks.